When it comes to BMW and the B58, we can all agree that it is probably one of the best single-handedly history-making engines in the world. But I have to say something that might cause a little bit of trouble. The B58 is overhyped when it comes to the S58.
What did you say, nigga?
The B58 can't compare with the speed that the S58 found in the M3s has. So let's get straight to it. As you know, single turbo inline 6 found in the B58, right? Comes in the 540i's, it comes in the 340i's, even comes in the Toyota Supras. You know what I mean? It's tunable, it's reliable. Now let's talk about the S58, the G80, M3, M4. So we're talking twins instead of a single turbo. Not to mention how meticulously made this car is, the forged internals, the boost inside the car itself, just the overall cosmetic look of the car. Everything about those S58 engines coupled with the design factor of the M3s and the M4s screams boss. The 473 horsepower that the S58 has speaks for itself. And if you look at the S58 versus the B58, the B58 only has a whopping 382 horsepower. If you're lucky. As we know, BMW likes to understate their dyno tests. But here's the real difference. The reason why it handles power is because of the forged internals that it has. It's actually designed to be punished, not just driven, like the B58. The S58 is made to be driven like an actual track-driven car, which is why I would say the S58 is probably one of the best cars to buy. I'm gonna tell you what no one else tells you. The S58's twin turbos give it way more tuning flexibility. You can run dual setups. You can keep temperatures low because of the forged internals. You'd spend way more building a B58 to do what the S58 can do out the gate. Fresh out of the dealership, you got a B58 versus an S58, you're going to be going crazy with the S58. The S58 is just straight up beast mode. Let's keep it real. The B58 is a hero daily driven car, but if we're talking about power, and let me see what you guys think. Isn't BMW known for their performance? You know, their engines are so meticulously built. Wouldn't you want to spend the extra money you get the S58? Everybody talks about the B58 like it's untouchable. Tuners love it, YouTubers hype it, and even Toyota borrowed it. But here's the truth. The S58, well, that might be BMW's best straight six engine they've ever built. The B58 came out in 2015, right? We know about the B58. The S58, let's talk about the S58. It's also 3-liter, but it's twin turbocharged. Now, that's not the only piece of the puzzle. It first showed up in the X3M. And then, as we know, it came into the G80 M3s and M4s. And it's not just a tuned up B58. It's a completely different beast. The S58 is built to handle abuse. We're talking closed deck block, forged internals, stronger crank, and a higher flow fuel system. And this is straight out the dealership. Like, we're talking straight out of the box, straight out the oven, you feel me? Meanwhile, B58 is more about balance. Good for daily driving, light mods, and staying under the radar. But once you crank up the boost, once you put some power to the pedal, you're gonna see the difference. The B58, yeah, it's gonna start sweating. It's not gonna keep up. The S58, that's like a walk in the park. You ain't feeling nothing. Before you do any bolt-on tune for the B58, you could hit about 450 to 500 wheel horsepower. But at that point, you're kind of pushing limits. The S58, you can get 600 wheel horsepower, 800 with even upgraded twins. Tuning the B58 is clean. If we're talking JB4 tune, you know, ethanol mix, fuel injectors, intercoolers, yes, you can get it running to a pretty stable level. The S58 gives you more control. Twin turbos give you a better throttle response, less heat soak on hard runs. The thing with the S58 that I like so much is that it's a car that's always ready for the smoke. Like, if you think about Aaron the plumber, he's always ready for the smoke.
And you're not even qualified to be
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not qualified.
You definitely not. You know, if anything, it was one of these two.
Now, the B58 isn't always ready for the smoke. Yeah, you can add a little tune in it. You can add the JB4. You can put a little better fuel injectors, throw a little bit of ethanol mix, but it's not as alive. It's not as brawly. It doesn't have that it factor that the S58 has. And that's why I like the S58. If you want a little bit more comfort, if you want the A to B type of living, yeah, the B58 is your choice. Most people don't hype the S58 because it comes only in M cars. It's more expensive and less accessible. The B58 feels like the people's champ, but don't get it twisted. BMW didn't just upgrade the B58, they built the S58 to win. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe to Boostology for more engine talk, builds, real deal car breakdowns, no fluff, just boost. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.